Hello, welcome back. So today I'm gonna be working on, I got a 99 ZR 500 Artic cat that I've had for lots of years now. We got an issue where it sat the last, oh shoot, three and a half years. So what happened is, I don't have the carbs in here, I already took them out, but the boots went bad, the carbs are plugged up, this whole thing is a mess. All these fuel lines are just shot, not in very good shape. It's been a long time. I put plugs in this, shoot, last winter this thing was sitting, I was ready to ride, tried to get it running, couldn't get it running, tore everything apart. That's why it's the way it is right now. Thought I would fix it up, and then I decided I should just wait and do it when I actually have time. So I'm already ahead of the game. Took my carbs apart. All my pieces are just scattered, everywhere. And soaked that in the ultrasonic cleaner down over there for, like 4 hours. And they came out pretty good. So, all right, I had to divide this video up. I recorded me rebuilding these carbs, everything on the workbench, and it turned out really bad. It was, trying to mess with your brain. It's got all kinds of waves and stuff in here. So I just scrapped that whole deal. But anyways, I will still show the rest of the video, me getting the boots in, the carbs, getting this thing running. We're gonna keep going from there. You just won't see the video of the carbs being put together, which kind of boring anyways, so you ain't losing out on much. But we got new choke cables put in there. That's the only thing you didn't see on the video. I just did them on the bench, had them preset. Other than that, it was just basically, we'll go ahead and start getting to assembly. You can see that it broke off that boot. But basically, this goes up into that boot. I was showing you the injection. Check out this right here. Here's one of them. They just go right into here. And this is actually the first thing that sits on the motor here. So that's gonna sit here. Well, I shouldn't say that. The reeds sit right here, and then this boot. So we mount the reeds, and then the boot seals to the reeds, and then they come off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set up a camera, I don't know, somewhere kind of in sight, looking over everything. Gonna go ahead and change a bunch of them lines out, get stuff refreshed, and go from there. All right, I get you closer, but then I can't see, and shoot, if I can't see, then what's it matter if you see? So, I have decided I forgot to buy a fuel filter. I'm still gonna pull it no matter what, and run the fuel line. And if it, well, I shouldn't say if, I will be putting one on when I get one. I'm just gonna pick one up. But for right now, because we don't really need it, just to hear it run, we'll cut her all up. All right, we are back in here. So what I did is, here's my fuel line from the tank. Comes down, comes around, comes to my fuel shutoff here. There would normally be a fuel filter here. I'll have to get one to splice it in. Off that to my pump, which is down here, drawn by vacuum off the motor. And off my pump, I got 2 feeds for each carb. So I got the far one here. This is the close one, the top one here. And I did decide, I scraped off the gaskets, they look pretty bad, and I am just gonna use RTV. So I'm gonna mount the reeds and then the boots, and then we can get the carbs in here. And also still gotta put on my oil injection lines. I'm gonna do that once I have the boots in here, then I'll know exactly how long to go. So I'll kind of get you set up here and we'll go over that. All right, well, all this line was really hard to get off, and what I did find here is that I'm gonna have to reuse this oil line because the new lines that I got are too big. So, I guess we just run this. Be fine. I was really like that, huh? Yeah. All right. Got our first reed pack here. Just gonna slide on in there. Grab some bolts. And my boot. The only sad thing here is, shoot, I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow and I'll start this dang thing. I kind of want to start it. Ain't the end of the world, but I better let the RTV set up. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now I know if you read the instructions on that, I believe you're supposed to kind of tighten it, let it sit for a while, then tighten it up all the way. I don't know if I'll be doing that. There's definitely no promises, that's for sure. Junk in there. Get that out. Alright, I'm gonna grab the other one. That goes in here. Alright, the boots are now in. My oil injection's hooked up down here. So we don't have to adjust that cable. It's kind of always loose till you get after the throttle. That's kind of how that's set up. That's this line here. So now what I'm going to do is I got hose clamps that go on here and the carbs go in. So we'll grab them. 2 carbs, 2 hose clamps. Make it to where we can get to each one. That one will go like that. This one will go like that. Our fuel lines, let's get them out of the way. So we got choke lever cable is different. This one's gonna go in here. And then this one will go over here. There, no driver, just gotta do it by hand. Check it. There's one. Get that out of the way. There's 2. Carbs are in. So now we can get our throttles in here. And if I was smart, alright, this one goes over here. This direction. Yep, seems right. And then this one will go in here. Now I need to find some bolts I took out, oh, like a year ago. Guess we need these two. All right, now we run some gas on it. Which ain't too bad. I gotta get that brought on down over here. So this one here, just gotta, let's see here. We'll get a nice little loop-de-loo. And then we'll come down and up and over like that. And this one I'm also gonna run in front and then down and over like that. Two clamps. I don't think we really need them on this necessarily, but I think how I want to do this is this one goes inside here. Oh yeah, those clamps are working good. Well, I put these clamps on there, but I don't think those are going to go around. Maybe. That is debatable. It's on there. Alright. I gotta get up and really get after this one. Fuel line gets tucked in. Adjustments. This is my choke lever. This has got to run up into here. Yep. I gotta grab that nut. You can't see it. There's not much to see. Here's just a little nut, runs into the cowl here. All right, that is done. Carbs are in, fuel is done, oiler's in, throttle, choke lever. I'm gonna run these down. If it don't start, well, then I can crank those up. All right, there is that. Last but not least, we got an air box to go in here. Now, my filter is non-existent. That deteriorated. So, I'm just gonna not put one on it for now. There she goes. Oof, took a little force. Just gotta bolt this air box up. Just a little bolt for it. Tighten that up. There's that. My bracket's bent, so bear with me on that. Cover goes back. Now it looks more like a snowmobile again. Of course, you can't see anything. All right, so I'll shut that off. I might as well roll you here. All I gotta do, this whole gas tank is bolted on the back, and then there's just a couple bolts to hold this piece on. So I'm gonna hold again, get that stuff bolted together, and then I'd like to hear a test fire. Be kind of nice. See how it runs. All right, because I'd like to know, this thing was always cold-blooded, but we gotta get some fuel in there first. I'm going to, I'll keep pulling. I said I was going to pull up the start to, but I don't feel like doing that. We got a little bit of mixed gas here. Give her a little. See anything, I think I'll call that for now. Wow, yeah. Smells great. 2-stroke. Probably just let this vent. Kind of be like an air freshener in here. Woo, that's a good feeling. It runs. She's gonna need some fine tuning on the idle and the main. But that's not too bad. That's just screwdriver adjusting. Should be able to do that easy. So. Anyways, go somewhere where it's not so bad. There she is. So I think what I'm gonna do now is get her running and get her out from over there. It's gotta come somewhere, at least by the door. Here we are with the ZR, with the Black Magic motor. Did the carbs and stuff. You seen it, ran really smoky. Just wanted to give an update. Found this old thing was full of water in the tank. Ran for a little bit and then stopped running completely. So drained all the fuel out, pushed it all out. Put no fuel in, adjusted the carbs, got them working good. Oiler's working, it's not burning oil. Just had a bunch of oil in the exhaust from years of trying to start it and not starting and not getting that done. But now, I noticed it's gonna need slides, so I'll have to make a video on that. Should, see if I can do it one-handed here. Well, that's a bit embarrassing. Wanted to show you off how it's running. Never turned on this little guy. So anyways, what you heard, I might show on a video, might not, depends on how dumb I sound. I turned it on now, but basically what happened is it went into like a lean out, started revving real high because it was out of fuel. So you seen that. The only other thing that I did here is I actually added a fuel filter in here. That's down in here, so you, on video, and have one picked one up. So fuel filter, 2 carbs are now set. It's running pretty decent. I'll start up here one more time so you can see that. Otherwise, it should be pretty much now. Put that back together and wait for some snow. I'll actually be ready. Kind of excited for that. All right, runs a little bit better when the fuel's on. Don't shut off. I figure I'd give you. You can see now, fogging a little bit. I turned her down. She'll come back. Yeah, so it's running halfway decent now. Of course, still got plenty of oil to burn out of them pipes and get her warm. And I'm gonna end up doing some slides, so I'll try to make a video on that. Me trying to pull this thing apart. All right, thanks for watching.